Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's another day here on the Toyota. So today, what the plan is to get the engine bay cleaned up on the truck. Since I got the engine out, as you saw in the last video, and then when I'm done with that, I will put a timing belt on the 2JZ. I got the whole kit here. So we'll rip the front of that off and get the timing belt and water pump tensioner and all that stuff taken care of. And then if time allows, then maybe what I'll do is I'll try and mock it up in there, set it in there and see how it looks. We took some measurements last night and it looks like it shouldn't be much of a big deal to get it to fit in there like it's supposed to. So anyhow, that's the game plan, depending on time, of course. So anyhow, let's get to her. Well, got the engine bay all cleaned up with the pressure washer. Got the rest of the stuff removed. Got the air compressor out of here and all that. Got the ignition coil for the 4-cylinder out. But it turned out alright. It cleaned up pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with it. And I got to tidy up a little bit more, but I think we'll worry about tidying it up once I get the motor all mocked up and everything. But got all the oil all cleaned up and it looks pretty nice. So got that handled. So next we're gonna move on to get the timing belt going on this old 2J, so that way we can throw it in the engine compartment here and see what it looks like. So anyhow, I'm going to get going on that next. All right, so timing belt time. So basically what I'm gonna do is first things, take this plastic cover off the top, on top of the valve cover, and take the belt off. The water pump pulley bolts off and take the belt off, and then once I get done doing that, we'll remove the timing belt cover after I get all this stuff removed. So anyhow, that's the plan, and I'll go ahead and put it on a time lapse so you don't have to sit here and watch me take all these bolts off. Belt and the water pump pulley off. Next thing I need to do is to get this set on 0. So it looks like the timing marks are right here. So I'm going to rotate the engine to bring that back to 0, and then I'll make sure that the cams are they're lined up like they're supposed to be. And assuming they are, then I can proceed with taking the belt tensioner and the timing belt cover off and the pulley as well. So we'll go ahead and just plug away on that, and we'll go from there. And I'll try not to bump the camera or do anything like that, if at all possible. Zero. Where the timing marks at? Alright, so as you can see, we got this mark right on 0, and then that dimple there lines up with that bump in the cover, and the same thing with this one, that lines up with the dimple. So everything is lined up where it's supposed to be. So next I can go ahead and take the cover off. use a puller. Probably gonna have to use a puller. All right, well, let me go fish out my puller, and then that way we can get the crankshaft pulley off of there and go from there. So anyhow, I'll pause it for a minute while I go track my tools down. So what I did is there's two bolts back here and then one on the back side, and I just moved the power steering pump back a little bit so I can get to this bolt here. And let's see, I gotta take that one off still, and this one's already out. Yeah. Okay, there's that. All right. So I got these 3 bolts right here, hold the serpentine belt tensioner on. I'll go ahead and remove those. Get that out of the way. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Looks like I got a bolt here. There's one hidden behind here. And then they decided to change to 10 millimeters instead of Allen heads. Oh, I wish they would really make up their flipping mind. Those are all 10s. Okay. Ain't that frickin' special. Alright, well, I guess we'll go ahead and take this off. Just for a minute. Oh. Would you look at that? There it is. I'm going to go ahead and put this back here, just so I can remember where the hell it goes. Okay. So, as you can see, you've got the timing belt. This is the tensioner pulley, and then this is the hydraulic tensioner down here. There's a bolt here and here that hold it that way. And let's see. Take this off. All right. Ouch. That's the valve cover gasket leaking or not. I was a little concerned about all the oil all over the timing belt cover and that it might be an oil seal, but looks more like it might be valve cover gasket. I almost venture that it's... All right. I'm gonna hang on for a second here. I'm gonna put it on pause. Okay, so what I figured out is that this mark right here is the one that I showed you earlier, and actually that was incorrect on my part. This mark here is actually what is supposed to line up the crankshaft. And there's actually, see if I can get in there close enough to show you that the marks right there, that lines up with the dimple on both the cams. So this, I don't know what that dot is for, honestly, I'm not sure. So anyhow, that's the proper alignment, and of course that says 0. Part 2, the oil leak is actually coming from behind here. So you have to take this apart. Actually, I think honestly this cover is, this cap right here is what the leak is. Because this got a bunch of silicone on it, and that's not supposed to have silicone on it. So anyhow, that I think is leaking, but you can take these 5 bolts off here, and there's an O-ring on the inside of there. Now what I need to do is, I gotta find the part. I called the dealer and they want to sell this whole sprocket assembly instead of just selling the seal, and it's like $400, which there's nothing wrong with this other than it's leaking a little oil. So I'm gonna do a little bit of homework, and I will be back with you here in a minute once I figure out everything out. All right. Well, unfortunately, I've got to go to work, so I did do a little research. I did find the part. I'm gonna go ahead and get it ordered up, and then hopefully it will be here in a couple of days. I'm leaving town for 3 days out of town just for a little mini vacation. But anyhow, I wanted to at least let you know that I did find those parts, and I do have. I'm gonna have them coming. So by the time my next video comes out, I should have them in hand, and then we can go ahead and proceed with resealing that cam gear, and then put the new tensioner and the new timing belt on there, and install the water pump and do all that. That being said, I really appreciate you watching my video, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, little post notification bell, so that way you don't miss anything. And you know, I should have another video coming out here real soon. Once I get the timing belt on, I should be able to start mocking up the transmission and bell housing and all that stuff. I'm going to get that all set together on the floor, make sure everything works and it's everything's positioned where it's supposed to be. So that should be coming up real soon, because I know a few of you want to see how that's all going to work out, and how the Toyota 4-wheel drive transmission is going to fit on a engine that it didn't come with. Anyhow, so with that being said, thank you once again for watching, and have a great day, and we'll see you next time.